Hello, I welcome you to my channel today. And today we want to look at common habits or probably habits people do every day that can cause damage to the liver. And I can rephrase it to say habit that can cause damage to the liver without knowing. I noticed that some people just when I see young people or mature people do a lot of things and they don't understand what all those things are, or actually, and it's giving back on their health. So and the health is not something you have to play with. The liver is not something you have to play with. So there are some things we do. There are some things you and I do that actually cause damage to the liver, and which we don't know. It's not everybody like they have liver problem, and some of them it's not that they actually do things that are deliberate. Some people don't even know that what they are doing is not good. So we are going to look at some of the common habits that could damage the liver without knowing them. In one of our posts, I gave an information and light, and I make people that are ignorant of the slow death when it's attached to the liver. And the liver is not just an organ you have to play with. So if you have been to the hospital lately, or you have in various group of health issues, and you have noticed some health relating to the liver or kidney or not the liver issue is becoming rampant these days, and many people are dying. I've been to the hospital lately, and I noticed that people are really dying of liver related issues. And now let me give an understanding of what the liver is. The liver is one of the most important organs in the body of humans because which helps in digestion of food such as drugs and alcohol. It also helps in digestion of fats and sugar, and it also helps the passage of waste materials to the kidney, which is later sent for excretion through the anus. I think you can see what the liver can do. The liver can digest a lot of food items like drugs and all those things, and it also is almost the last organ that sent digested material to the kidney, which is later sent to the anus. So which is very important. I was so surprised to see people smoking and drinking and doing a lot of things, especially during the lockdown, and many of them don't even scare of damaging their liver. So the habit of drinking, alcohol addiction, and all those things can damage the liver, and without knowing. But these youth, these people, these men and women, they believe that they're enjoying life. They are being tipsy, they are being drunk, and all those things. But those things are having side effects on their liver. Diseases of the liver are very serious because it has to do something with life. That's with death, excretion, digestion, but there are some habits which we, as a man or woman, young or old, we need to do away with. And some of these things are what we are going to look now because they actually damage the liver, but you don't know. So we want to look at them one after the other, then so we can actually learn to keep our liver safe and all those things. So I think the first habit which we need to do away with that damage the kidney without knowing is gaining so much weight, gaining extra weight. I used to tell people when I'm probably talking to students or in a seminar or in a gathering, like when you have excessive weight, it is not good for you to have excessive weight because weight gain is not something that is good for in any ramifications. It leads to diseases like hypertension, stroke, and all those things. But not only that, it is also not good for the liver because weight gain is caused by so many factors like eating too much of junk, excessive fat food, lack of exercise, sugar, and many more. The liver digests fat, and when the body accumulates so much fat, or probably the liver accumulates so much fat that it can digest, it stores in the liver cell, which later get damaged based on genesis of the liver disease. I think and I used to tell people that the genesis of liver disease is fat. So how do you get rid of this one? You have to do so much exercises. You have to eat less of fatty foods, eat less of junks, and eat less of sugary foods. If you do that, you're going to measure weight. You don't need to be overweight. If you calculate your age and your height and all this, the body mass index, your body mass index must actually correlate with your age and your height. So if you do that, then you don't need. But having so much weight, gaining so much weight can affect your liver. It can affect digestion, and they can affect transport of materials to the kidney. So you don't need to. So and if you are overweight already, if you are big, if you are fat, then you have to go on exercise and let eating this. The only two way I've seen that works for reducing weight or removal of being overweight is exercising, cardio exercises, and reduction of less of fatty foods. And another habit that I've seen people do, young people, mature people, older people do, and they don't know that damage their liver, is frequent smoking. Frequent smoking is really bad. It's really a bad habit, and the government have warned about it. Like it makes smokers are liable to die young, but when many of us we ignore it. When you smoke, it affects the lungs, and another way it affects the liver as well, because some of the substances in the cigarette, like nicotine, find their way into the stomach and to form nicotinic acid, which is later stored in the liver. and with compounded storage of this in the liver, it causes breakdown of the liver. And before you know, somebody is diagnosed with liver cancer, liver disease, and all those things. So it is not a good thing for you to. And then another one which another habit I've seen people do, and they don't know it actually can damage their liver, is excessive drugs intake. Some people can take any drugs, unrecommended drugs, or prescription drugs, just there. The doctor have not recommended them drugs for you. They are just tired, they are just having pains, and they go to buy drugs. Excessive drugs is another practice that destroy and damage the liver. And I can tell you that most of these drugs are not friendly with the liver. The liver is the only organ in the body that digests drugs. And if you are the type of that takes too many painkillers, sedatives, laxatives, and you're exposing your liver to becoming damaged. So in order to avoid all these ones, then please you need to avoid taking too much of drugs. Consult your doctor and let your doctor prescribe stuff for you. The other time in my streets, somebody said he has been taking very strong analgesic because of body pain. I said, can't you just eat and relax? By the time you come back early from work, you eat a lot of the fruit and vegetables, eat moderately, and sleep very well. It's not everything. Some this can be treated nutritionally. It's not every time you take painkiller and analgesic and all those things, because the end result is coming to the liver, which is not good. So taking all those heavy analgesic and pain reliever is not a good, and which is as a result of taking of excessive drugs. And another thing I've seen people do, habits I've seen that they don't know is actually bad for their health, is taking more alcohol. Alcohol such as rum, spirits, vodka, beer are drugs, and it's only digested and stored only in the liver. So if you are drinking too much of alcohol and you're like hanging out with friends, enjoying life, this is a habit that destroys your liver gradually. Not only smoking, but alcohol, rum, spirits also damage liver. Just like a blender or maybe like a machine that grinds. If you're overloading with too much, then it's going to become weak. The liver also does the same thing when it's over. An excessive intake of alcohol will slow down the removal of toxins from the body, and before you know it, the person will break down and the liver will be swelling and maybe apply all the liver disease. It's not a good thing. And I've also seen accumulated stress. Someone told me that her friends were diagnosed of liver-related issues, and she was scared because the girl could not take drugs, and she doesn't take drugs, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't take alcohol. Even with that, and she still have a liver disease. It shows that probably I used to tell people it's not only that, it's only cigarette and alcohol that can do that, because stress can also be a part of that. So once stress is something that can also cause damage to the liver or to the kidney as well. So what we can do about that is just avoid late night browsing, avoid late night work, then do not skip sleep. Some people they skip sleep a lot. They want to work, they don't rest and all those things. But find time to work, to rest, find time to sleep. If you do all these things, then I'm pretty sure that your liver will be in good function. And I also seen people expose themselves to chemicals. If you are the type that expose yourself to chemicals to get high or intoxicated, I've seen people expose themselves to drugs, to heavy drugs, and that is not, which is good. Also to chemicals too. Imagine people sniffing spirits and gum and all those things is not good. So, and if you are working in a store of paint, asbestos and all those things are not good. They can damage the liver gradually. Imagine someone that's addicted to inhaling methylated spirits, burning of tires, inhaling smoke and all those things. All those things, they affect the liver, because by the time you inhale them through the lungs, it gets passed to the liver and you might have liver related issues. So in conclusion, all these things are some of the things that damage the liver without you knowing it. You just think, okay, we are enjoying life, you are just happy smoking, happy taking alcohol, happy doing this and doing that. It's not a good practice at all, because all these things can cause damage to your liver. So I think you also need to get that clear. And you also, lastly, you need to drink more water, because water is the basis of life. Water is contained in the cell. I think the whole body is contained 90%, more than 80% of the body mass is water. So if you take water, it helps in digestion, it helps in osmoregulation, it helps in every metabolism and all those things. So, and also regulates transport of material from the liver to the kidney to the body cells to the heart and all those things. So you need to take water, you need to shun alcohol, and that's that. So when you do all those things, your liver is going to be in the best of function. So learn to keep your liver safe, learn to keep yourself safe, because by the time you start mentioning liver related diseases, and I bet you will not like it, many people will die. So it's not good. So, and try as much as possible, no matter how busy your schedule is, do some exercises, at least light exercise 1 or 2 times in a week. Do exercises, reduce fatty foods, shun smoking of cigarette or weed, and alcohol, then make sure you eat less of fatty foods, and excessive intake of drugs, let it be a thing of the past. Thank you. And do all these things, your liver is going to be well. Thank you. So please subscribe to this post so that you can actually get fresh update from us as we're posting it. See you in our next post.